Hi, this is Quinn, and welcome back to Quintech. Well, thanks for coming back for another one of my journeys, and in this video, I'm just exploring what I have dubbed my Sega Shrine. I'm just showing off all my Sega systems all in the same space, and that's pretty much what I'm showing in this video. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for coming back to Quintech Retro. I'm trying to get some more videos out more quickly, so this is kind of a short one. I'm sure all my Albuquerque friends will appreciate that because they gave me a bunch of crap after I released my last video that was almost an hour long. And they said that would take up way too much of their time. Ooh. So, this is for you guys. Louie, John, Ian, and possibly Ralph. I don't know if he actually watches. He never comments. Or he rarely comments on the text chain. He's probably too busy with all his kids. All you guys have are these little kids. Well, except for Ian. Ian and I, we are the two bachelors of the group. So we don't have any kids. So even he could probably have his own channel if he so desired. But, again, thank you for coming to my channel. I appreciate you. And thanks for coming back to my channel. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And like, subscribe, hit that bell icon if you're so inclined, if you want to be alerted to all my latest videos. And I am going to be trying to be producing these more often again. If you watched my last video, you heard I got a little discouraged after my epic failure with the PlayStation mod chip install. But I might be buying a new system, or I might be getting that one working again. I did vow to get it working again in my last video. I haven't really been working on it since then, but I'll get back around to it. Just give me a little time. Like I say, this channel, it's just a personal hobby. I'm not getting paid to produce this content. I'm just doing it kind of for my own benefit, really, just as like I say, for my own fun. But I hope you get something out of it. And again, thanks for coming along. I appreciate all my subscribers and anyone else who watches my videos. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. There are a million bazillion channels you could be visiting right now. And the fact that you're at my channel right now, that brings goodness, that makes my heart swell. And thank you so much. So, like I say, this is about my Sega Shrine. So so this is kind of a short video. It was originally going to be part of a longer video about the Sega Dreamcast, but I decided to split it up because that video would have been super, super long if I hadn't have done that. So this is going to be kind of a shorter video. But anyway, without further ado, let's move along with my latest video. And you take care. So hi, this is Quinn, and welcome back to Quintech. And this is my Sega Shrine, I guess I would call it. All my favorite Sega consoles, which include the the Sega Genesis, the Saturn with a bunch of accessories, and the Dreamcast with a few accessories. So I just wanted to show this off a little bit. Just having all my prized consoles next to each other on one table. And so my Sega Genesis, I have the original console. These are the replacement cords I had to buy for them, but it was only like, I don't know, $16, $17 for both the power and the AV cable. And then I have my original Sega Genesis 3-button controller. My neighbor just gave me this a couple of days ago. I've been asking him to buy it, but he ended up giving it to me. That was really nice of him. Thank you so much, Taylor. And he has since moved out. He just moved out this week. So I was going to have him do a gameplay on Super Mario Brothers, but he is now no longer in town, and he took his console along with him. Of course, I wasn't going to take that away. I mean, he let me borrow it for several months, maybe 6-8 months I had it in my house, and I meant to do a lot more videos with it, which I never got around to, but he gave me this 6-button controller as a parting gift, and thank you so much, Taylor. And then in the cartridge slot, I've got this Chinese kind of knockoff, what is it, 201 games, and they're all commercial games. It's not just like homebrew or like some cheap game. This has like real games on it. So this thing makes my system a lot more usable because I have all these extra games I can play, because all I had prior to that was these two games. Flashback, which is really is one of my favorite games for this system. It was also released on Super Nintendo. I think it was on PC. It was on Amiga. It was on, they made a Sega CD edition that I think had some extra content on it or something. And then I have the Sonic Classics, which has 3 games on it, which are Sonic, the original Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic and Tails, and then Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, which I can't think of the title of it. It was called something else in Japan, but it was pretty much the same game. Maybe had a little bit different, it didn't have Dr. Robotnik in it. It had some, like, cutesy little anime chicks that were, like, your avatars or whatever. But it played exactly the same. Puyo Pop or something like that. That might not have been what it was called. But, and then next to that, I've got my Sega Saturn, which I do have a mod chip in. I thought I had lost this action replay a few months ago, but then I ended up finding it recently, so I went out and bought a second one, and then I got 5 Japanese games for it. I sold off all my old games. I wish I had held on to them, but whatever. It is what it is. Back in the day, you could go to game store, and you still can. You can trade in your games. You can sell them outright. You get a lesser value, or you can trade them in towards purchase of a new item, or use some other item they own in their stock. So I sold off all my US games except for Virtua Cop, which did come with the game plus the gun. So I have the Stunner. I have the Stunner arcade gun. This is what came in the package. The Stunner, the Virtual Cup jewel case, and the disc. And I also have this arcade controller that works for the Saturn. And I have the 3D controller, they called it. I did have two original Sega Saturn controllers, but I haven't been able to come across those. I don't know if those are gone forever. Maybe I'll turn up once I go into my storage unit and like look through every box, but I'm not holding my breath. But this is still a good control. And I had two of these as well, and now one of them I can't find. Okay, so then next to that is my Dreamcast collection. And I do have a couple of more items here that I didn't show in the past. One is, just like with my PlayStation, I have this, it's just an extension cable, it's nothing exciting, but it does let you sit further away from the television. If your couch is way across the room, you can leave your console closer to the television and just have a wire running across the floor. I think that gives me an extra 6 feet of length, so that's cool. And I have this. This is the very, when I first kind of got interested in my old retro consoles. They had been in storage for a long time, collecting dust. And then I was like, I'd really like to play that Dreamcast again, but I'd like to have the best video output I could get. And this technically isn't the best, but it's one of the best video outputs you can get. You take a VGA, which I bought, a VGA, it has VGA and RCA left and right, a cable that plugs into the back of the console here to your AV port, so you don't have to do any modification to your system. You just buy this cable, and then you buy this external box that converts that to HDMI. I did show this off last time, but I have this VMU, which I have Penta's Quest, which was a little mini game on this little LCD screen that you get after a certain point in this game, Skies of Arcadia, which in my personal opinion, IMHO, in my humble opinion, is, well, it's my favorite RPG for the Dreamcast. So, if you have this game and you get to a certain point in the game, it allows you to save this little mini game to this neat device called the VMU that lets you play little LCD games, but it's also the memory unit, they call it, but basically your save game, your save game's your memory card. So, and then on this one, I have 5 Japanese games. I showed them off in my last video, so I'm not going to show off every game I have, because if you want to know what they are, you can go back and watch that video. And the same with this collection. I have 10 games. They're all US games for the Dreamcast. I was showing part of this, my Sega Shrine, and I forgot to throw in a couple of things. One, which I did do a video recently about this, but my Sega Game Gear. I actually own this Game Gear because my neighbor gave it to me. And look, you can see my face in the reflection. Woo! He gave me this Game Gear. But all the capacitors, I think, have leaked inside here. It's going to take some work to get it actually working back to original spec. But it did come with one game, and I think this is the pack-in game, which was Sonic 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic and Tails, the Game Gear version. And this handheld console was based on the Master System, which actually came out before the Dreamcast, the Genesis. It's not even as powerful as the Genesis, but it is a handheld. You didn't expect your handheld to be as good as your home console back in the day. This was like a generation behind. But I think maybe you could play some Master System games on this, but it was slightly more advanced than a Master System. So I don't think you could play a Game Gear game on a Master System unless you did some kind of you would have to do some kind of porting or some changing of code to make this newer Game Gear game work on the home console, the Master System. But I'm sure it's possible. I'm sure people have figured it out throughout the years. The Master System came out in the late 80s, mid to late 80s. This system came out in like 91, I think, maybe 92, and it used basically the same system, shrunk down, of course, into this handheld, which is a rather large handheld, and especially populated with all these 6 batteries in here. It's got a little heft to it, but they have all these new things for this. You can replace this screen with like a newer backlit screen, because this one it has like a fluorescent bulb inside here that gives you the backlighting. But this is one of the first backlit handhelds on the major markets. But it 8 batteries like nobody's business. You put these 6 batteries in here, you were lucky to get 3 hours of gameplay out of it. Whereas a Game Boy, which you had to have front lighting, could last you, I don't know, a couple of days maybe. I don't know the exact time frame. So I got this, and I thought this had gone missing and was long gone, but I went into my storage unit actually a couple of months ago and came across this. So it's my original Sega, and this is what I bought the system in, that I bought for $50. It came in the original box, the Sega Dreamcast. The box is a little worse for wear, but at least I have it, so I can put my console back in there and make it look all pristine. It's got a couple of screenshots of games that you might want to buy. It doesn't say what they are. That's kind of weird. That's like some kind of racing game. Then you got some basketball game. And you got a fighting game. And on this side, it has... What the heck is that? Oh, that's Sonic. Well, is that Sonic? He's too purple to be Sonic, but it's part of the Sonic family. And you got a football game, and you got another racing game, I guess. And there's that side. I already showed that. There's that side. And then the back It looks almost identical to the front, except for it has this barcode and this, well, that's a security sticker, and it has this little hole here. I don't know what the little hole is for. Maybe it's supposed to show off something, maybe a pack-in game, I don't know. Anyway, I still have this box that I can pack up my Dreamcast in when I'm ready to put it back away. Just like all my Saturn boxes that I showed off in my previous video. But I just wanted to show off that I have this. Alright, well, I guess I'll get along, doggy, to my next portion of this video. Alright, take care. So that was just a short overview of my Sega Shrine, as I have dubbed it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some information out of it that you didn't know if you're not really into all this retro gaming or what it's all about or what all these systems were like back in the day. And I hope you enjoyed coming on my journey once again. Thank you for coming along. I really appreciate that. Like I say, it warms my heart that you decided to watch my channel, and thank you for coming along. And so, again, all those YouTube-y things, like, subscribe, hit that bell icon if you're so inclined and want to see every new video that I release. But I guess that's going to be it for tonight, and thank you for coming once again. Alright, you guys are the best. And you take care. Good night.